Hi, everybody. With the recent inflation data, I just wanted to um, go over some of my musings. So the most recent year-over-year inflation for, I think for October was 7.7 and not 8. Here we can't really see the exact numbers here, but we definitely aren't having deflation. We're just having slower inflation. So I want to look at M2. Um, and the balance sheet here, and here is M2, but the last, what is that, 6 months, 7 months. So let's start with M2. Since the beginning of the pandemic, there was a 6.6 trillion increase in M2, about 12%. And since March of this year, March 2022, when they started raising the rates and shrinking the balance sheet, there's only a tiny little bit there that dropped, mostly in this end here. We can get a better look at that over here. 240 billion, that's a fraction of a percent of M2. So we barely started on it. So even if we continue on this path of heavy balance sheet shrinkage, that's not going to invert inflation to deflation soon. So we might have inflation might come down pretty fast, but we're definitely not going to get deflation because the money supply is not being shrunk fast enough. The last picture here I have is the balance sheet. So about $0.3 trillion, a little less than that actually, probably 200 billion dollars has been shrunk from the balance sheet here since the peak. So and that's probably, I'm guessing, the balance sheet and the higher interest rates is what shrunk M2 here, but that's probably the major factor. But that's not. I don't think that's what's slowing inflation. I think what's slowing inflation is that there was this number. This here is a bunch of money thrown at the economy in one particular time. So it takes a while for it to get into the economy. So that's why we're seeing this. So if you threw in $6 trillion into the economy, you wouldn't see a spike in inflation that just keeps going. You would probably see some sort of parabola here, which is basically what we're seeing, sort of kind of. So unless if the Fed would actually sell all of the balance sheet or sell all of the new sell down to here, you would get deflation. This whole thing would invert. This bit here would just go like that, but that would wreck the economy. So I'm not sure exactly what the conclusion is, but I just wanted to get a perspective here. Usually I just talk into the camera, but I think with some graphs, even if you don't have exact dates and exact figures, you get an idea of what's going on over here. Thanks for watching.